Welcome back to The Tipsy Critic, folks. Today we're diving into Gladiator 2, a movie that had me questioning, how do you follow up one of the most epic, blood-soaked films of all time without embarrassing yourself? Well, Ridley Scott is back, and if you thought Gladiator was intense, honey, you haven't seen anything yet. We're talking sharks, rhinos, and baboons. Yes, you heard me right. A gladiator versus baboon fight, and it's glorious. So pour yourself a glass. Don't worry, I've got one too. And let's see if Gladiator 2 holds up or crashes faster than a Roman chariot with no brakes. First things first, Rome is back, and it's even messier than before. The city's decadence is off the charts. Ridley Scott is in his element, creating a brutal, sun-drenched world as morally bankrupt as ever. If ancient Rome had Yelp reviews, it'd be 1 star and a lot of angry comments about too many gladiator pits and not enough safety regulations. But it's so extra, you can't look away. So Maximus is gone. R.I.P. to the legend. Enter Lucius, played by Paul Mescal, and folks, if you were worried about the next guy not holding up, stop. Mescal absolutely slays. Pun intended. He nails that brooding intensity, but also brings a human side to his character in the middle of all this carnage. One minute, he's a sheltered nobleman, the next, he's fighting wild animals. I can barely handle my laundry, and this guy's fighting rhinos. Lucius has emotional depth we didn't get from Maximus. It's like watching someone figure out they need therapy, but with a sword. Now, let's talk about the real star, Denzel Washington. This man is chef's kiss as Maximus, the villain. Every time he enters a scene, you know something shady is about to go down. He's got this mix of charisma and ruthlessness that's just magnetic. Maximus isn't just the bad guy. You kind of secretly root for him because he's cooler than everyone else in the room. Action-wise, Gladiator 2 takes things up a notch. If you thought the first movie was intense, this is next-level superhero intense. Lucius is literally fighting sharks in the Colosseum. Sharks. Why? Because Ridley Scott doesn't do normal gladiator films. He does maximum chaos. There's even a flooded Colosseum naval battle. Yeah, you heard that right. A naval battle inside the Colosseum. It's absolutely ridiculous, but kind of incredible. Ships crash, water floods, Lucius is fighting rhinos and sharks, and you're just along for the wild ride. Despite all the wild action, the film has real emotional depth. Lucius is torn between his privileged past and the violent future he's now part of. His arc is about growth, physically and mentally. It's like when you realize you've been drinking too much tequila and start questioning your life choices. Lucius isn't just swinging swords. He's finding his place in a corrupt world. That internal struggle is what gives the film weight, and it's one of its strongest elements. One of the biggest surprises is the ensemble cast. Sure, Lucius is fantastic, but the supporting characters steal the show. First up, Pedro Pascal plays a sympathetic Roman general named Gaius. The tension between him and Lucius is like a Roman version of Awkward Family Dinner. Then we have Joseph Quinn and Fred Heckinger as the Emperor brothers who give Commodus a run for his money. These two are more evil than Commodus, and that's saying something. Let's talk about the gladiator fights. These aren't your average sword fights. Ridley Scott delivers massive, chaotic spectacles. The choreography is beautiful in its brutality. The Colosseum feels like a character itself. A massive, overwhelming final boss level. It's an operatic, bloody experience, and it's epic in a way that only Gladiator 2 can deliver. So, is Gladiator 2 a worthy follow-up to one of the greatest films of all time? It's not perfect, but it's a wild, blood-soaked, shark-fighting, rhino-battling, entertaining ride. Paul Mescal gives a surprisingly deep performance as Lucius. Denzel Washington is a delightfully evil mastermind, and Ridley Scott doesn't hold back on the over-the-top action. Sure, some parts feel a little too comic booky, but overall it's a fun return to the Gladiator world. I give Gladiator 2 an 8 out of 10. It's bloody, it's wild, and honestly, it's just what we needed. If you liked the first one, you'll find plenty to love here. Alright folks, that's all for today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more tipsy reviews, cause trust me, I'll be back for more ridiculous movie reviews. Until then, keep your drinks strong, your battles epic, and your gladiator fights just a little bit more reasonable. Cheers!